Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Allison Yates, and I'm one of the peer mentors for the Honors College, and I've been asked to create the tutorial for Piktochart to show you guys how to create your foundations interviews. So we're just going to go ahead and dive right in. First things first, you go to piktochart.com. It's going to bring you to this home page. Make sure you come up to the right corner and hit sign up, create an account, just to make sure that you can always access your infographic and don't lose any of your process. After you sign in, it's going to bring you to this homepage right here. Make sure that you're in the infographics section of this homepage, and from there you can decide whether you're going to work from scratch or if you're going to use one of the templates. I highly recommend using one of the templates because they're already thought out very well and already use graphics and charts and all of that, so it's just a matter of replacing things and cutting things out that don't fit your theme. Even if you do work from scratch, I would recommend looking at the templates just to get some ideas, just to see how they use graphs and pictures and text and all of that. The biggest question that we get for this project is going to be the text to photo ratio. The most important thing to remember is that this isn't a paper, and so whenever you do write text, you want to make sure that it doesn't read like a paper. It's not supposed to be paragraphs of information. It's just kind of like little snippets here and there. It should be able to tell a story and it should be able to get your point across, but you definitely want pictures to outweigh the amount of text that there is. So that really plays a big factor when it comes to picking your template. Make sure that you pick one that has a whole lot of designs for you to work with and isn't too wordy. So the one that we're going to look at today is going to be called Clinical Trial Phases. So I'm just going to go through the tools, show you how some of them work, and show you how to use them to the best of your advantage. So first things first, we have our graphics and we have shapes and icons. The shapes and icons are in many different areas. They have animals, agriculture, business, politics, education, anything that you need. And these are just like cute little graphics to take up some white space and add a little oomph to your presentation. They come in colors or they come in monochromatic colors. And yeah, so that's going to be shapes and icons. And then we have lines. And the lines are going to be changed by this button up here called Line Style. And you just change it to whatever you need. Really great for underlining things or making boxes if that's what you need. Then we have photos. So these are just going to be like stock image photos that the website provides for you, and you can type anything you want up here. I typed cooking. You can just take the photo and you can drag it into picture frames just like this, and it'll just format to it, and those are really helpful. But one of the other things is that you can change the photo frame that it's in. So if you need just to take up like a little corner of a page or something, you could always add something in like that, and then you can come back to photos up here and you can insert it to that as well, and you can insert that wherever you need it to be. So that's pretty cool. And then we have our design components. So considering that this isn't supposed to be a paper, but a lot of people feel like they have a lot to say anyways, these are going to be really great for organizing information when you have a lot of it in a way that like is more infographically based. So we have our lists, and these are super easy to put into your infographic. You just slide them out there, put them in, fill them out, no big deal. And that's going to be the same for timelines and comparisons, and they have a bunch of different styles to choose from and everything, so those are really good. And then the upload section is going to be whenever you upload a picture from your own computer's files. And so you can see some of the ones that I uploaded that have to do with my Piktochart that I'll show you in a few. And so that's also a really cool section. And then we have our backgrounds. You have the choice of doing a solid background, and it'll apply to like wherever you need it on the page, or you can use one of the descript backgrounds, and you just do these the same way like the pictures, and you can drag them over and it will go ahead and do it for you. So that's pretty cool. And then the text. The text part of Piktochart is one of the coolest things because it has all these different text frames down here, which is a cool way to incorporate text and graphics together. They're really great for if you need to fill white space, if you need to do like a little title like this, or if you need to show that like some numbers are important or someone said like an important quote or anything. And then of course we just have the basic titles and subtitles and body text thing just to go along with the sizing of your text. Then we have color scheme. This is really great because it'll just overall change all of the colors for you, which is really nice so that you don't have to go through and change everything by yourself. Then we have just our regular tools. So first things first, one of the big things for this project is that you have to include a pie chart. The pie chart should show the percentage distributions of how important each foundation is to your interviewee and how they use those in their job. These are super easy, so like you would just come in and type leadership, which is one of our foundations. I didn't spell it right, but yeah, so you just come in here and you put in percentages, and if you came in and you did all the percentages, then it would look right and everything, but it conforms to whatever you put into it, so it's really great. You can edit these, you can change the colors and the legends and everything, the title colors, and then you just go ahead and insert it straight into your chart, and then it's right there, and you can hover over it and it'll tell you all of your information. So yeah, make sure that you have one of those in your project. We also have the map section, so you can edit these a lot too. Maybe your interviewees from a different country, or maybe their country means a lot to them and who they are as a person and what they do for a living. So you can do countries, or you can do regions of the country and highlight specific countries within those regions, and you can change the colors and like all the titles for this just like you can with the charts. And yeah, so those are really cool if you need those. And then we have videos. You basically just insert a link and it'll insert it into your infographic. So just some basics. We have our little bar up here that's going to affect text just like it would in Word. Like you have your bold and your italics and your underline, your font size and your font family and all that kind of stuff is up here. And one of the big things after you're done is you're going to come up here and you're going to name your infographic. So I'm just going to name it Piktochart for purposes of this. Make sure you hit preview to make sure that whenever you are finished that nothing gets, like none of your formatting is messed up. And then you're going to come to share and you're going to say okay. And you're going to make your link public. That's really important. You're going to take this link, you're going to put it into a Word document, and then you're going to upload that document to D2L, and that's how you're going to turn in your infographic. Make sure that you make it public. That's a key component. So now I'm going to show you my interview. I did mine on my boss from Sonny's Barbecue when I was a business management major. This is a very bad picture of him, but I also don't think that he knows it exists. But one of the things is for your project that your introduction should include a picture of who you're interviewing, where they work, and what they do wherever they do work. And so this is my boy Brad Fink. He's the owner of Sonny's Barbecue. And you can kind of see how I use some of the graphics around the page like that. It's a barbecue restaurant if you didn't know. But yeah, just kind of like using things to your advantage, some little banners and everything. You're going to want to make sure that you do a part of your infographic on every single honors foundation. You have to do all 8 of them. And then you also have to have a conclusion, but we'll get more to the conclusion in a little bit. This is just going to be kind of showing you some creative ways to display information in a way that I thought looked good when I was a freshman. So instead of doing like a traditional pie chart, I decided to like split it up based on the parts of a pig, and I did the distribution that way. I do also have a pie chart later on, but you can see like how much text to picture ratio there is. I would recommend doing more so than what I did, but like I have a pie chart there, but your pie chart should be with this information more than anything. Yeah. And so I used a list right there. And you can see that I have like a general color scheme that goes with it, some quotes that are out here, some like lines and all of that. Another big thing for this project is going to be the conclusion. You have to have a conclusion, and the conclusion has to state what you learned about the business after your interviewee and how you think about the Honors College foundations now that you've completed your project and everything. And yeah, please feel free to email me if you need anything. My student email is a813@students.kennesaw.edu. Thank you.